Okay, welcome back. It is Saturday, January 12th, 2019. And I have been helping a friend fix this snowblower. I think I posted one video. I got a bunch of other stuff to edit. They'll be out of order if and when I get to them. But he had brought this over. He bought it for like 60 bucks. And right away, I think the first time he went to use it, the auger broke. One of the welds actually it wasn't a weld, the metal just fatigued and broke. So I managed to get that, or we managed to get that realigned and welded back together. And he came over and we got it assembled the other day. And something I realized, well, I'm a poor judge at time on how long something's going to take, but that's always been. But it took more than twice as long as I thought it would to reassemble this. And I, pretty much all the plastic off, and it's busted up, and it, so I made brackets to try to piece it together the best I could. But it took a very long time. And my buddy that does it, he's not a mechanical guy. Example is we needed to do a little grinding on the auger after I welded it, and he had never used a grinder, so a little bit of background. It's not his thing. But I talked him through how to get everything done. But it took a really long time, and sometimes when I'm out here I get frustrated with how long it takes me to do stuff, and I question if it's even worth it, other than the fact that I really like doing it, and I still believe I will get better. But in saying that, what I'm trying to get to is that maybe I'm not as slow as I even think. Granted, Pete is not familiar with working on things, but some of the stuff he was doing and taking a while, I was actually able to do, and test fitting some parts. So today I'm going to try a little one-day video. I've tried this like 3 times and never been able to get through my little project in one day. As usual, I'm overambitious. But we did get this all back together, but, well, not completely. This one stray little washer spacer, I forgot to have them put in. Luckily, when we were cleaning up the leftover bits, I saw this and realized I forgot it. It is the spacer that goes between the pulley and the bearing to keep the pulley from rubbing on the it's just a sheet metal flange for the bearing keeper. And I heard a funny noise that I didn't understand when we were putting it together, and it didn't register, but that pulley, I'm sure, is rubbing on that flange of the bearing keeper. So I'm going to try to get this up on the bench and pull the covers off, pull the pulley off, get the spacer back in there, and put it back together, and just this morning, hopefully. So we'll see, and I'm curious. I'm going to time myself. I haven't prepped anything other than cleaning off the bench, so the snowblower's over in a corner, the crane's back, on the back wall. Nothing staged. And I'm just try to do I'll just speed it up once I get going here, and I'll quit talking. That's the goal. And it is now basically 9:30, and I'm just going to go to it. Okay, I'm back. That was almost exactly an hour. And so I'm actually really happy with that. Granted, I had this apart before, knew exactly what I had to do, and I knew that pulley was going to come off without too much trouble. And I expected the fasteners, putting them back in would be my biggest challenge. So on that, actually really happy with an hour. It was frustrating trying to get that bottom bolt in again. It is a lock nut with the compression edge or dimpled edge. I'm not sure what they call them. So you got to have a good grip on it to pull it together. If I put a standard, nut and bolt on there, if they're clean threads, they'll go together with a impact without any trouble. But I was happy with the magnet wrench. That is what I used to take it apart. Need something better to put it back together, or I only got the one size. If I had a 3/8 ones, I probably could have put one on the outside and been able to run it together without too much trouble. So that would have saved me some time. That was frustrating, fighting that. And then the other time-consuming thing is trying to get straps on there for rigging, if you want to call it rigging. I think I might be better off just to make a hook or a variety of hooks. On this particular one, I could easily just add a hook, maybe a double one, so it balances somewhat. That would be much simpler and faster. It's hard to get the straps wrapped around stuff. So I don't know how much longer that took me, those two things. Maybe 10 minutes, 15 minutes. So probably get that down to 45 minutes. That'd be pretty good if I have to say so myself. So anyhow, I'm gonna try to wrap this one up and actually get a one-day video done after I think this is my third, maybe even fourth attempt at trying to do a little one-day video. But all right, thanks for watching.